And my name is Angel and I'm 25 years old, and for a year and a half now I have been a Muslim revert. Alhamdulillah. And I wanted to talk about a little bit what my journey looked like. And my journey started like almost 2 years ago when I went on a trip to Jordan with my best friend, and it was just for vacation, you know. I never really knew a lot about Islam, and I never really knew a lot about anything about the Middle East or Islam or culture or whatever. And so I went to Jordan and it was beautiful. I fell in love completely. And I can remember we went to Amman and there was this blue mosque. I forget what its name. It's like a blue mosque. It's very beautiful. And this was the first time I ever wore the hijab, and she put the hijab on and we went into the mosque, and I just felt so pretty in this white hijab, like subhanallah, it was a beautiful moment. And from then I just started to get this feeling in my heart. And we all know that religion is faith, right? We understand that religion is faith, but it's also a feeling. And whatever religion makes you feel good, that's the religion for you. And that's how I started to feel about Islam. Time went by and eventually I bought my first hijab. And this was the first hijab that I ever got. I was in Jordan in Amman, and I can remember trying it on, and I was so adamant I wanted to take a picture in Petra with the hijab on. I loved the hijab. I was like, wow, I'm so obsessed. I was in love with it from that moment. And at the time I was living in France. So after my beautiful spiritual trip to Jordan, I went home and I began to research about Islam. And eventually I ended up getting a job in Dubai. And for me, this was destiny. It was complete and utter destiny. I arrived at Dubai and I had met my now husband, who is Mahmoud. At the time, we were just in training college together and there was nothing ever between us. We were just friends. And he started to explain more about Islam because obviously he's Muslim, you know. And he started explaining more. I fasted some of Ramadan, and during Ramadan, I converted to Islam. But it wasn't anything special. It wasn't like I didn't go to a mosque. I didn't video it. I did it with Mahmoud. We both did it. He told me how to say the Shahada. I took my Shahada and he was my witness that I took my Shahada. And since then, I have been living my life as a Muslim, and I have been doing my absolute best to be the best Muslim that I can possibly be. I learned how to pray within 6 months. I dress modestly. It's been a long time I've been dressing modest now, alhamdulillah. I haven't drank alcohol in almost 2 years. And I'm proud of that because I'm Irish. And for us, drinking is a big part of our culture. I haven't ate pork in obviously 2 years. And my Islamic journey has been going amazing and more amazing. Even to the fact where I am trying to wear hijab as much as I can, even though in my job hijab is difficult because I cannot wear it in my job. But whenever I go out, I try to wear the hijab outside. I'm trying to wear the hijab more on my TikTok. And alhamdulillah, I'm really happy with my progress of my Islamic journey. And I just wanted to give a tip for the reverts who are thinking of joining Islam. If you feel this little feeling in your heart, a sense of belonging, a sense of community, a sense of faith that you never had before, and it's because you've been researching Islam, this religion is for you. When you have that little tingly feeling in your heart, you know that Islam is for you and you need to take your Shahada immediately. Because I will tell you one thing, subhanallah, Islam has made me a better person today. Islam has made me less attitude-y. Well, we all had attitude, you know. I'm assuming we just grow older and we mature more. But I grew into a better person. I give more. I'm more respectful in life. I dress modestly. And subhanallah, this is the values that every single person should have in their life. Islam is literally just about upholding values into your life so that you will get to heaven. And those values are amazing for us, not drinking alcohol, not eating pork. These things are bad for us. You know what I mean? And Subhanallah, it is the most beautiful religion, and I am so happy that I am Muslim, alhamdulillah. And inshallah, we all get to the point where we feel happy within our iman and our religion, and I wish that for absolutely everybody. And inshallah, we continue in our journey with Islam. Thank you, guys. So I just want to speak about something that's been spoken about these past maybe a couple of days on Muslim TikTok, and it's basically about that women cannot be deeply religious without wearing the hijab, or that non-hijabis are better than hijabis, or hijabis are better than non-hijabis. This is what I have been seeing recently, and I just want to talk a little bit about on this topic as a revert Muslim and as somebody who does not yet wear the hijab. So basically, I would just like to remind everybody that humans aren't perfect, and humans are probably the most complex thing on this earth. We have so many different nerves. We have millions of different nerves. We have a body that is not easy to comprehend, and human beings simply just aren't simple at all. They are complex things, human beings, and there are so many factors that come into play when it's something about hijab or whatever you want to call it. Of course, we know that hijab is mandatory in Islam and is mandatory and is fard and all this type of stuff. Okay, we understand that, we know that. But because somebody wears the hijab does not technically mean that they are better in the eyes of God, because they could be sinning differently. They could be wearing the hijab but doing other things that literally counteract the hijab. Like, I don't know, seeing boys or zina or whatever, you name it. That's what could be happening. But also it's the same for non-hijabis. Non-hijabis, probably they don't wear the scarf, which is also a sin in itself. But they're behind closed doors, they're praying 5 times a day, they're doing the 5 pillars of Islam. So you actually never really know what's going on behind someone's closed doors. You simply do not know that. Personally, myself, I've done Umrah, I've done the 5 pillars of Islam, I do everything correct by the book, but I simply just do not wear hijab. Does that mean that I am not as religious as somebody who wears the hijab? No, because they're not better than me and I am not better than them. Does that make hijabis better than non-hijabis? No. Does it make non-hijabis better than hijabis? No, because again, humans are not perfect. Humans, we were literally created by God not to be perfect. If we were all born perfect, do you think that there would be wars, there would be anger, there would be bad stuff in this planet? No, God created us like this because human beings have free will, and he made us like this so that he could see if human beings would follow his commands out of free will. This is basically what it's about. But I just don't like the fact that people are calling hijabis more religious than non-hijabis, or saying that hijabis, could be doing bad stuff, when, like, what is the point of all of these arguments? At the end of the day, humans are not perfect, and we need to stop hating on each other as Muslims, brothers and sisters, or dividing sisters like hijabi or non-hijabi or whatever. At the end of the day, we are all here to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and some people may have different ways to do that, and some others may have different ways to do that, and we simply cannot judge. At the end of the day, wearing hijab is not an easy decision. It's a complex issue. It's not as black as white as someone may seem. There are many existing factors why some people may certainly not do it. Like, for one, a revert. Maybe she comes from an extremely Islamophobic family, and maybe she would get kicked out if she wore hijab. Or maybe their parents don't like them wearing hijab and it's disrespectful. And we know we have to be respectful to our parents. And vice versa, and so many different reasons why people choose not to wear the hijab and do other certain things in private. Like, we simply cannot judge, and we simply don't know what is behind closed issues, because again, all of this is not black and white. These issues are far complex because humans are complex. They are so complex. So if you start to see it from this point of view, I think it's better for everybody, because like, the way people are going at each other's throats and Muslims and stuff, like, what is the point? We're supposed to be together as one ummah. We're supposed to be like this, not dividing ourselves even more. Please. Again, hijabis really have my respect. I'm going to end the video there just saying that they have my respect, because they're doing something that is incredibly difficult to do. And I know a lot of hijabis obviously have issues in their path. It's not an easy path to go down, and I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of my fellow hijabis, even though I'm not a hijabi. Maybe one day, inshallah, you never know. But don't take this as a thing to bash like hijabis or that they think they're better than us, because I'm sure hijabis have a lot of the same struggles that non-hijabis go to. And let's stop dividing sisters in half. We are all Muslims at the end of the day. We're all sisters and we all want to go to Jannah, inshallah. So that's it.